Yo, what's up guys? Shane here, back with a Lillia guide. One of my favorite champions right now. If you guys been watching my streams, I've been playing a lot recently. I think it's one of the strongest junglers in Season 11, especially AP junglers, which have been nerfed because Runic Echoes got nerfed, but I think she's still one of the top junglers. So, first let's talk about runes. I really like Dark Harvest, Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collection, and Ravenous Hunter's super OP, super healing, and then you're gonna either go Transcendence, Gathering Storm, or you're going to go Celerity, which I've been finding really fun recently because of stacking movement speed and water walking. If you're versing like Olaf, I think this is the only time you'll go Phase Rush. Versus Olaf, you go Phase Rush, Nymph's Cloak, Celerity, Water Walking, and just Cheap Shot and Ravenous Hunter. And for the adaptive, you want to probably go Attack Speed, Adaptive, and Armor or MR depending on your matchup. I've tested Attack Speed, I've tested AD, and I think that attack speed is just better than AP. And skins, you know, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't even feel the difference on the other skin. So the reason why I don't really like Nimbus Cloak that much is because I feel like you can just abuse your passive. Which I think a lot of people go Nimbus Cloak, but I don't think it's that good. So another thing is I go Red Smite instead of Blue Smite. I think it's much more effective with attack speed, and you can just do a lot more DPS with it with attack speed. So I'm gonna run you through the first clear. So you're gonna start red, and the main thing with Lillia is you want to kite back and use your auto attacks. You don't just want to walk around and Q. You want to auto attack, Q, step back, auto attack, kite the buff as much as you can. And ideally you would get a leash. This is kind of hard because it's no leash, but you can still kite the camp, auto attack. Now I'm at 5 stacks. My passive gives me movement speed, super OP. And I'm going to kite the buff to the next camp. Now this is really OP for jungle clearing. As you see, I kite the camp. I'm still kiting to my race. And you always want to hit the outer range of your Q. I'm going to open with my W. Your W is actually really long range, so it's really good to open with your W. I'm going to kite to my wolves, as you can see. Really nice clear. I still have my 5 stacks of passive. And so I'm going to kite to my blue now, and this is why Lillia is so fun to play, is because you have so much movement speed, and you can just kite to each camp. We're kiting to blue, and now you can do something really greedy here, is do blue and Gromp at the same time. As long as you know you can't get invaded, this is super good for speed. The Gromp usually heals you, so even if you're like low, it shouldn't matter as long as you're just aware of where the enemy jungle is. And I'll get a leash, so usually I'll be healthier than this. And then you're just gonna do Scuttle. This is a bait for blue side Lillia. I'll show you guys purple side Lillia. I'm gonna be starting blue. This is gonna be much easier to kite. Again, it's gonna look a little bit slower because I don't have a bot lane leashing, which you usually should have. But usually Lillia can clear really fast. So I'm getting the outer range on my Q. I'm kiting with my passive. Like, I'm really not taking that much damage here. Then I jump with W, the inner range. Kite back with the outer range of my Q, the true damage. And I'm gonna pull the Gromp so that I reach Wool straight away. After I W here, bam, and you're gonna smite the Gromp, so Gromp's really hard to kill, so it's good to smite like that. I'm gonna kite again. Initially I'm gonna run away, but then I'm gonna turn back, so now it's really good for me. I'm turning back on the camp, and now I'm on my way to race. So I'm gonna kite it, try to abuse the patience range. Now I have 5 stacks. I'm gonna keep my stacks up. Use level E, W again, and kite. Kite to my red. Now I'm gonna move to my red. Keep my passive stacks up with my E. Kite with auto attacks and Q. It's also a really good habit to A left click on ranged champions. It will help a lot with kiting with so much movement speed. And I'm gonna smite. Now I'm gonna do golems. I'm gonna kite this as well with auto attacks, my red buff, my E. Kite it down to Tribush so I can get to river faster. These small things matter a lot in the long run, so you can get like really fast clears. And I would be in river like a little bit earlier, but I didn't get a leash, so it's like 325. But it's not the worst thing in the world if you don't get scuttle, top scuttle. Like full clearing is actually really good on Lillia, because the thing about getting scuttle, you have no CC, so it actually takes you a long time to get this scuttle crap. So I would say don't care too much about losing scuttle. I still care, but it's not the end of the world, because you can also just run with your passive super fast down to bot scuttle, and just run through mid or something. So that's it for clears. Now we're gonna go over builds. Alright, so now we're gonna go over builds. As I've mentioned earlier, red smite I think is better than blue smite. It's more DPS. Just helps a lot, because honestly Lillia fights for a long time, so red smite just does more damage than blue smite over time. And then after that you're gonna look to go Liandry's. I've seen people go, for example, Dalmon Canyon. He likes to go the support item, the mandate item. Sorry, not mandate, the healing item for your teammates. And I don't think it's that good, because Liandry's just synergizes so well with your passive, doing max health damage, and it just doesn't make sense. So Liandry's first, and then you'll go Sork Boots. I think a lot of the time. I really don't like Ninja Tabs, because you're a really squishy champion, and if you want to go tank Lillia, you need HP with resistance. You can't just have armor and no HP. It doesn't make any sense, because you're still squishy. Even if you have armor but you have 0 HP, it's like pointless. And recently I've adapted my build, so Demonic Embrace is a really good item, combo with Liandry's and Lillia, but I really like, especially since I go Celerity, Cosmic Drive. It gives you a lot of movement speed, and when you use it on Wraiths or Red, and it just gets you to fights and places much faster, and you can team fight better with it. And the next I'd say is Demonic Embrace. In between you'll probably want a stopwatch or something. I don't recommend just buying Zhonya straight up. I feel like Lillia is the type of champion where you just want to do as much damage as possible. A lot of people play it a different way, like where you're just a CC bot and a tank, but I really like to do insane damage, and this is like the most insane damage build. My movement speed is kind of like my defensive mechanism, basically. That's how I like to view Lillia. And once you have, red smite completed, the last item I'd say would be Void Staff. And sometimes you'll go reduce healing, because your teammates just don't fucking build reduce healing, so you have to. But other than that, you just finish with Void Staff / Zhonya's, and then you'll be good to go. And I think you're not actually that good at 6 items, but what I will say is that once you hit Liandry's, you're huge, and once you start snowballing from Liandry's, Cosmic Drive, then Demonic Embrace, it's game over. Good. So now let's look at some VODs. Alright guys, so we're gonna be going through a VOD of my Lillia game I played recently on my stream. So in this situation guys, this is one of the best strategies on Lillia. I show you guys how to clear, but one of the best strategies to snowball on Lillia is targeting the Wraiths. Wraiths really interacts really well with Lillia because her Q is full AoE and she heals off Ravenous Hunter with it. It's really nice. And it's really easy and comfortable to clear with W and Q, and your E is basically AoE spell as well. It's just one of the best camps to clear, red and golem. So here, when you have a strong level 1 team, I think it's always just good to look for their enemy race at level 1. So here, we go in a little too early. Ideally, you don't want the enemy team to know because their bot lane can come, but we're gonna go in and we're gonna pressure this play for the race, and this is one of the best strategies on Lillia, especially against someone like Rexa, who can't do AoE camps well. So they're gonna go on me. We kite back. This is 4v3 by the way, so this is just a testament to. Well, they have a Caston too, but this works out really well. I even poked the top laner. Damn, that sapling hit me. Okay, so I'm gonna do the race. I'm not gonna do the red because he decides to come here. Usually other jungler will go to blue, but he didn't for some reason. We don't know why. And I'm gonna let him tank it. I'm gonna kite, and this is how I'm gonna just destroy him here because he's a level 1 Rexa, which should not be allowed to. So he smites me, I kill him, get that little bit of money. I reset here. So the main goal with Lillia again is race, so I'm prioritizing my own race. I get boots, Dark Seal, I run straight to my red, do my race. I tell Pantheon to walk into his jungle and kill him level 1. Little bit of a pride. This is the feeling. Listen to that. Yes! Alright, beautiful. That's what we want when we play Lillia, alright? So this situation, the enemy jungle is still level 1. And we're gonna clear the Scuttle Crab, and then we're gonna abuse our passive. Notice how I keep my stacks up. Actually I don't. But ideally I made a mistake. Ideally I queue like 1 creep, don't push the wave, but like I keep my passive so I can keep going, keep snowballing. So we get top scuttle, and this is the thing I was talking about earlier on the first clear, is doing 2 camps at one time. So this is really OP. You clump them together and you make sure you hit your Q on the outer range with your movement speed. This will take practice, but once you get it down, you're going to be clearing super fast, and it feels super good, right? You just cleared 2 camps, 2 for 1 trade, you know? And so we're going to full clear and go straight back to his race. So he took his race, but at least I tried, you know what I'm saying? I missed the timing, I guess, but I was trying to get the race on respawn. It's fine. I go back to my own race and I do my golems, and now I'm in a really good position. And again, I call my Pantheon to fight for race. I mean, I guess my support's kind of carrying me, but I would be trying to fight him anyway. And so he gets race, but I get mid push and scuttle, and then we fight bot. Okay, so so now that you guys understand how to play Lillia in terms of like what you want to prioritize, which is the race, now let's talk about combinations. So, or like how to play ganks out. So on Lillia, you generally don't want to open with E unless you can like hit it 100%, because a lot of the time people will just dodge it. It's really easy to dodge. So I walk up, I felt I could hit that, so I hit it. I E'd the Kai'Sa, and you want to wait till the last second. So I'm pretty sure I complained about this on stream, but Varus should not be trying to cancel The Kai'Sa right there. See my Q's still down? You want all your cooldowns up before you jump on the guy and abuse the 2.5 second stun, that sleep that Lillia has. And so that's why he dies and he gets punished for it. So that's pretty much how you play that gank out. And another small tip on Lillia, guys, is when she's really good, like Grace, at clearing waves. So anytime it's a good opportunity to tax lanes, dude, just tax the shit out of these millionaires. So again, I abuse my movement speed. I'm kiting back. I did go melee into him, but I'm abusing my passive. And we'll see another fight how I play it. So I still have 5 stacks. This is really good for me. Pantheon's baiting. Throw my E out first. Instantly ult. And bam. And flash. Celerity. I have like 550 movement speed. That'll be it for my Lillia, guys. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Stay tuned for the next guide. Peace.